Hi. So somebody asked me a question on OF, and I actually want to answer it in video format. First of all, excuse this. I just had LASIK, so I have stupid glasses on. And I'm holding this microphone this way because for some reason TikTokers do that instead of just putting it here. I don't know. I'll just do that because apparently that's the thing now. So the question was basically, how do you start being a gigging musician, or how do you start, or how did I start doing, playing gigs and doing that full time and getting money from it. And first of all, I gotta say, if you don't know, by the way, I used to be a full-time musician and made my money with touring and selling CDs. CDs, my God, old things. Um, I made my money with touring basically and gigs. Um, so first of all, I was very, very lucky because I basically was taken in under the wing of an already established musician. So I was able to be on stage with a lot of renowned musicians and musicians who already have gigs. So we did create a band with people that already have all the connections. And so it was easier. But I also did the management for that band and the booking, which is the worst part, is the booking, getting gigs. And that is because I am not very keen on talking to people on the phone. And it is kind of a requirement, I would say. So one of the things is you obviously send out emails. It is very hit or miss because you have to know that every venue and every venue gets thousands of emails, probably weekly, from bands who want to play at their place. But what you can do is when you are in the beginning and you want to just start building up your routine and start building up your gigging repertoire, I would go into like the bar next door, the restaurant next door, and be like, hey, do you guys do live music events? You could even, in the beginning, even say like, hey, I will do it for a lower fee or something, which I wouldn't recommend anyways, because in my opinion, even if you are new or if you aren't a professional, kind of suppressing the prices also suppresses the prices for professionals, which kind of hurts the whole industry itself in total. And but for starting out, you probably could, be like, hey, could I play here? Could I do a gig here and get drinks and food and also compensation, obviously. I wouldn't do that too much and too often, but in the beginning, you have to start somewhere, right? You can also start with busking, and people kind of. This also depends on the place where you are, if the city allows it or the town allows it, if it's even a thing, or if people do look at buskers and hire them for legit gigs. So I would take all of that into consideration, but that is also a way to kind of get routine on stage. So yeah, what I used to do, so I'll just tell you how I did the booking for my band and how I did booking for myself. I would send hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails. Um, with the PR and all the information, and some demos, some sound demos, some YouTube videos. Nowadays, most venuers want YouTube videos that look professional, look very good, and that sound good, obviously, as well. So put some time into that, actually, because the people that also send emails are probably people who have spent time and money into producing professional music videos and stuff like that. So, so you have to keep that in mind. So you need to stand out somehow. And there's a lot of good musicians out there, and there's a lot of good production out there. You have to make sure that they choose you, and that is depends on if you're nice, if you just have the right connections, which in the end, it's all about connections. It's all about vitamin C, basically, the people that you know. So try to get into kind of making friends with wedding planners, with I don't know, people that manage different bars in the city or in the town, and yeah, just send out as much information as you can. If you can, go into the place personally, in person, and yeah, ask how you can apply. And you know what I used to do also after sending those emails is call them, which I hate being on the phone. It's very millennial of me, but I hate being on the phone. That's why it was the worst thing for me. But you do have to kind of establish the connection, and being on the phone doesn't guarantee anything anyways. But yeah, you just have to put yourself out there. And nowadays you do need some type of, like I said, music video, or recording that sounds good, and isn't just, you know, recorded with a shitty phone, and a potato camera. Like, it has to look good. You have to look good, and obviously have some type of stage presence, because remember, there's like hundreds, if not thousands, of people applying for each venue, especially, you know, festivals and stuff like that. And again, if you're just starting, it's okay, I guess, to accept low pay. But the moment you actually start gigging, do not settle for that shit. The thing of like, oh, we give you exposure, and the exposure is what's gonna, you know, pay you, and so many people are gonna see you, whatever. That means nothing. Nothing comes out of that ever. Like, legit, nothing comes out of that ever. So don't do it. Don't settle for that. Do have a price. Educate yourself on what the prices are in the town that you are in, or in the city that you are in, what other bands and solo musicians are charging. And yeah, just get out there, basically. Like, being a gigging musician is all about knowing the right people, getting to know the right people, reaching out, going there in person. And normally the rule is gigs get you gigs. So if you scored a nice gig at a nice place, and if it goes really well and everybody loves it, then the word goes around, and the next venue is gonna reach out to you and want you to play for them at their venue, or, you know, like I said, wedding things. And I mean, being a wedding player or a wedding musician probably isn't like the ultimate goal. It does bring a lot of money, though. It doesn't put you like at fame level or whatever, but it is good financially. So yeah, basically those are the tips that I have for you if you want to start being a gigging / touring musician. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of people talking and people pleasing, but at the same time, don't get stepped on, and make sure that you don't ruin the prices for, you know, the other musicians as well. So, but yeah, and if you have any other questions about being a full-time musician, you're very welcome to ask me. I am happy to answer and share my knowledge with you. And yeah, bye.